welcome back to my channel, and today we are talking about Mr. COVID-19. Not so much about what it is and how it's spread and treatments and all these other things, but just how it is, the state of the pandemic right now as it relates to Belize and to me. Just today, it's confirmed that there have been 10 cases of persons affected or infected with the COVID-19 virus in the country of Belize. 10. I know that last time I spoke to you, there was almost zero, and maybe in a previous vlog I said there was only 2 cases, and they had exhibited the mild symptoms of the condition. But fast forward 2 weeks later, and now there is 10 cases, and unfortunately there is 2 deaths, and that's scary. Like it's like, just, you don't want to think that you are so far away from this pandemic that it doesn't affect you. We're not far away from this pandemic. I mean, I especially small countries like mine, we always think that, oh, we're too small, major things that happen in the world doesn't really affect us because we're so underdeveloped and we're so small. But here comes Mr. COVID-19 saying, no, you're not too small, and I can reach you. And it's just scary that almost, like I said, it's only been like 2 weeks, and it's like, it's just 10 cases now. And it's frightening. And 2 deaths, literally 2 persons had succumbed due to this infection. It is scary. Well, the country is virtually in a lockdown. I mean, our borders, they're all closed. We close our southern borders, the western borders closed, the northern borders are all closed, not only to visitors but also to nationalized and persons born in the country of Belize. So if you're Belizean out there and you think that you're going to come home for the Easter holidays, you're not going to get through. I'm sorry, they had closed down the borders. Parts of the country is also closed off. And that's how it also affects me personally, because in that part of the country, I work that side, and it's closed off. Public transportation is now prohibited from going into the Cayo district, which is the most western district in Belize, and public transportation is now ceased. So for a person like me that works in that district, that commutes on a regular basis, we have to be reshuffled because the area is closed off. It is just, it's just literally frightening to think that only 2 weeks ago we were reporting, I think 2 weeks ago we were reporting only 1 case or maybe 2, and now today we're reporting 10 and 2 deaths. And it's just, it seems surreal. It also affects the mail, because there were items that I was expecting to come, and the mail has been halted. So that's, and I know that people saying, oh, it shouldn't affect the mail. It does, because mail comes on cargo vessels, they come in ships, and they come on cargo lines, and they come in cargo planes. And if those planes are not allowed to come into the country, then you don't get your mail. It's simple as that. And the other issue that the condition, and it basically just, one of the other things it's basically done is just basically forced our entire country just to pay notice. I mean, literally to pay keen attention on some of the things that we take for granted. Like, you go to work every day, and I wash my hands. When I'm at work, I wash my hands anywhere between 30 to 50 times for a shift, literally, because before and after every patient entering the unit, before and after bathroom breaks, before and after eating, before and after procedures, before and after administrations of medications. It's exhausting. And now the entire country says, oh no, not only nurses and those who work in the healthcare industry are asked to wash their hands so often, but other people, you guys have to wash your hands too before and after leaving your house, before and entering your house, before and after going to work, before and after touching anything, you have to wash your hands. There's some workplaces in Belize that are actually putting portable wash basins outside of their establishment so people can wash their hands before they enter the establishment. I mean, there's so much things we take for granted. I studied in an Asian country, and where I used to wear a mask on public transportation, and that was because they told us you have to be very careful, especially for tuberculosis. So you don't know who in the public transportation has it, who, you know, when you're walking on streets, you don't know who would have it, so just protect yourself. Always wear a mask, just to protect yourself from TB. And I used to wear a mask, and when I came back home, I kind of disregard that culture, and it's coming right back because, again, you don't know who has it. You know, you would think, oh, because there's people who doesn't exhibit symptoms, and if they did had symptoms, it is very mild symptoms. You know, it's just a little irritation to their throat, maybe a little headache. Some people just have a loss of appetite, and within a couple of days they're over it, but they're still active carriers of this disease or this infection. And that's the scary part. You know, you would think it's a flu-like symptom, so you need to watch out for people who have cough and cold, or cough and stuffiness and runny nose. But you're having people who are saying, well, I didn't have any of those symptoms. All I had was loss of appetite, and I couldn't smell anything. I had a loss of taste. I had diarrhea. I had a little vomiting. I had nausea. I felt like I wanted to vomit. And when they got tested, they're positive for the COVID-19 virus. So it is scary. Very, very scary. Because you don't necessarily know where what to look out for. You just have to be very, very cautious. One of the things that we are so you really need to protect yourself and to protect others. But I just want to share my story for you. I don't want this to be a downer. We will get through this as a nation. We will get through this. And when I say as a nation, not only as a Belize nation, but also as a global nation. We're going to get through it. I mean, we learned, we grow, we advance. And we don't do this on a generational level. You know, we learn, we grow, we advance almost on a daily level. I know there's people just tirelessly working, trying to figure out this virus, trying to figure out how to beat this virus. And they're making advancements and progress every day. We just need to be patient that it will work, and we don't put our hopes into false things that have not been proven yet. Let's see what the evidence says. If this worked, great, we're going to use it, but just don't put our hopes in a treatment regimen that hasn't been proven yet, or prevention regimens that hasn't been proven yet. I mean, for the most part, the only thing that has been proven to slow down the acceleration of the rate this virus is infecting us is social distancing, hand washing, and extremely strict cough and sneeze etiquette. That's it. For the most part, that's the strict thing. And for all of my Belizean friends who are listening to this, who are living right now in the country of Belize, guys, stay home. Literally, stay home. You have to assume everybody who's outside your household may be a carrier of this COVID-19. So stay home. I mean, I know this is the Easter weekend, and it is traditional for those who are not in my country. No, traditional for us to do large gatherings and parties for Easter holidays. I mean, tomorrow is Holy Saturday, which is a huge celebration day in my country's calendar, not only on a religious level, but also on a social level, because every year on Holy Saturday, we have the cross country race. And that's a big event. That's a national event. I mean, whenever a Belizean wins the cross country race, he is deemed like a national hero because it's an international cycling race. And when we invite, it's friendly competition like that. We're gonna hate all foreigners who participate. It's friendly competition, and it really pushes our Belizean athletes, especially the cyclists. And it's a huge thing, but that has been cancelled. So the Holy Saturday race, no Holy Saturday race. There is no Easter. Literally, Easter has been cancelled. Not only do we do, oh, my old nose is itching. I want to scratch it so bad. You see, I was like, oh wait, I can't touch it. Not only we used to do the Holy Saturday race, but a lot of us used to go to the Keys and to the coastal areas during the Easter holidays to enjoy some of that fresh Caribbean sea. And we can't do that this Easter weekend, because it's been canceled. So, we used to go to Key Cocker, we used to go to San Pedro. I mean, we used to go and enjoy the Belizean Sea or the coastal areas, Placencia, and that has been virtually canceled. I think our culture show is coming up later on in the month, and I think that's also canceled also. So all our social events has been, for the most part, canceled. We don't know yet, because I think the Lobster Fest that's coming up in June and July, we don't know yet how the state will be to say whether those will be canceled or not. I guess they're just fly by, see how the virus is and how we can stop it. And if it happens, then we'll probably have to cancel those events too. But for the most part, I'm here. And I don't want to sing gloom. I think this is going to be the only gloomed video I'll probably do. But just to say how this thing is affecting me, and to give you guys a little update on what's going on when it comes to COVID-19 here in Belize. Bye.